Hello everybody! Check out what I'm standing next to. This is the brand new and radically interesting Hyundai IONIQ 5. I say radically interesting because every part of this vehicle is basically all new. I don't know if there's any parts that are shared with current Hyundai products. And of course, this is a fully electric model, so this is certainly the way that the world is going. So we're just going to basically take a in-depth look at all of the really cool features that are on board with this IONIQ 5. So let's go ahead and get to it. Now this is an electric vehicle, so I feel like the most fitting place to start out with would be some of your electric specifications. The biggest one, of course, being the range. So the rear-wheel drive version of this is rated for 300 miles. But let's look at the exterior, because this design really is both futuristic and kind of retro in a way. Like, it really stands out. Like I said, it looks like no current Hyundai. It really looks like nothing else on the road. So take a look at the front. This basically has a pixel theme. So you'll notice all throughout the vehicle, you have these little squares or individual pixels. So these are full LED headlights, of course, and you can see inside it's got a full three-dimensional design. So this second one is recessed a lot further back than the front one, and you can see each individual little pixel as well as along the side. Also, this whole entire thing lights up. So this goes all the way across and basically serves as a daytime running light. Again, very, very distinctive looking. Now, taking a look at the side though, this right here is really maybe even more distinctive than the front. If you look at it, it kind of looks almost like a hatchback model, but this really has full SUV space. Hyundai actually says the wheelbase is larger than that of the Palisade. So you'll see that later on in the inside, the cabin space is absolutely enormous. Now there's a lot of little details at play in the design. You have the one really tight body line that goes across, and then you have the other body line that juts down like we've seen in some other Hyundai products. The line theme you'll notice that plays throughout, and check out how these wheel arches go around. Each one of these little lines here serves an aerodynamic purpose. Speaking of aerodynamic purpose, we do have full alloy wheels, but you'll notice this center part here is actually covered up. Obviously that is for aerodynamic purposes, but you don't have to go to the less fashionable hubcap design. I definitely like this, and Hyundai really has been, I feel like, a leader in wheel designs recently, because they've really come out with a lot of interesting wheels. These might be the best ones yet. Again, check out this rear design. Really awesome. You can tell you have the same theme as in the front here. So you got the individual pixels. And let me go on the inside here and show you guys what this looks like when you step on the brake pedal. Check that out. Really awesome design. Like I said, I just really appreciate that there's so many elements of this car that look like absolutely nothing else. Now, of course, you got a lot of aerodynamic elements. Once again, you have this large spoiler, but you'll notice that air can travel through this top part. So you have this nice venting right here. As we go down to our lower areas, again, you have this kind of distinctive look. You've got that line theme once again going throughout. And really, it's just kind of a cohesive and, like I said, very, very interesting design. All right, so let's go ahead and hop in the interior here. So there's a lot going on with the cabin inside of this IONIQ 5. Like I said, with the exterior, you really don't have much in the way of shared with anything with other Hyundai products, and there's a lot to talk about. So one of the first things I noticed is just how spacious it is in here. You have so much space in the front of this cabin. Of course, because of the electric architecture, you can actually keep the floor completely flat. So Hyundai has opted to leave this area blank, so you can stick anything that you have. I could imagine maybe a woman might stick her purse right there and it would stay in place. Of course, you got your storage bins in here, you got your traditional connections. And one of the cool things about this console design is this is separate from the armrest. So you can actually just grab this right here and you can slide this frontwards and backwards to give you more space up here, less space, and bring this armrest closer or further away. Now, as far as this dash layout, of course, like many electric cars, Hyundai's kind of gone for a nice, clean, minimalistic design. One of the things I notice is the cabin in this model is black, but they've gone with a white bezel for the display, so that kind of gives it almost like the iPhone is what it reminds me of, where the back was black and the front had a white finish if you wanted that. These are going to be your two displays. It looks like these are about 12 inches each. This is really one of the only things that reminds me of the current Hyundai stuff, but of course you do have electric or special electric features inside of this, as well as over here with our gauge cluster, where the graphics don't really look like anything else. Now while you're over here, go ahead and take a look at the steering wheel. There's no Hyundai branding, which is interesting, and I like the shape of this. There's only two spokes, so all of this is clear, as well as this right here. We do have some touch sensitive buttons on board, and you have a drive mode controller right here. Now over here we have our shifter, and what you actually do is just twist this shifter forward for drive, backwards for reverse, and then you press the N for park. Very unique looking shifter. I like the placement of it as well. But if you have a keen eye, you're going to notice there's a little extra area stuck out here from the display, and it's covered in a little bit of a fabric. Why is this here, you might say? That is actually magnetic. So check this out. You can stick something like a note and stick it right there. So this kind of allows you to almost call this your personal office space in a sense. You can give yourself a little note, a little reminder, a picture of your kid, something like that, a little personalization for the interior of your IONIQ 5. Looking at our climate controls here, we got touch sensitive controls, of course, you'd expect nothing less, but we do have some physical controls, which I like, because there's a nice mixture of physical and the virtual stuff, you know, so it's not like overkill like some people say Teslas are. It's going to be a little hard for us to see here, but I want to take a look at the panoramic sunroof. You notice it splits in half right at the middle, which is a cool touch. And this is one gigantic piece of glass. There's no split in the middle at all. So it's just one single piece. This does not open like most electric cars, however. Check out the back seat. First, you got these door handles, which do retract while you're driving. And like I was mentioning earlier, when you get into the back of this, you're gonna know this is not like just a hatchback. I feel like the exterior of this makes it look smaller than it actually is. Look how long this door is, for example. It's a gigantic door, which, mind you, is finished in really nice materials. We do have a wood trim, nice ambient lighting back there as well, and a sunshade for your rear passengers. So we got some rear vents here. Again, plenty of space. These seats do slide forward and backwards, as well as recline. And when you have that full roof retracted, it's really just a very nice experience. And we'll take a look back here in the cargo area. Again, surprisingly large amount of space. Eyeballing this, I think this looks pretty similar to that Santa Fe over there I was just looking at. Definitely plenty of space back here. Nice carpeting along the floor. If I lift this up, we've got a little bit more storage space here. Good place for you to stick your fix-a-flat kit. And of course, just like with any SUV, you can fold the seats 60-40 split. So I just grabbed this contraption out of the front seat. Even though it looks like some type of futuristic laser gun, this does have a purpose. I'm going to show you what it is. So here's your charge port. You're just going to press this button here and it's going to pop open just like that. Again, you got the little pixel theme here to show you your charging status. But I'm going to go ahead and plug this contraption and show you guys what this does. So plug this in. take a look underneath this shell. That right there is a household outlet. So that means I can now use my car to outwardly power other things around me. So I could imagine if you were camping, if you need to charge your cell phone, something like that, power some type of accessory, very helpful thing that you could just plug right in. Maybe the power went out, you need to power your external refrigerator. This could definitely be used for a lot of different types of things, and it's a very nice feature that I'm glad Hyundai is including here with this. Otherwise, as far as charging into the vehicle, of course, this does have the latest DC fast charging abilities, and this can go from, I believe, 10% to 80% in 18 minutes or something like that. I'll put the real number underneath of me. I can't remember numbers, but point is, very fast charging abilities. Well guys, we hope you enjoyed this quick look at the brand new Hyundai IONIQ 5 full electric crossover. Of course, this is our first time seeing this in person, and I have to say it's a very, very impressive product, and we look forward to driving it in the future and giving you guys a full in-depth review that includes driving impressions. If you want to see that future video, make sure you go down below and subscribe. That will be coming once again. But for now, hope you guys enjoyed this, and we'll see you next time.